Hello and welcome. This is Chris-Ann. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chris-Ann. Now, a couple things for this video. We are going to be making our own stencils, number one. Number two, I am using a new pair of headphones. I'll be doing a little bit of a crinkle test later. There's a couple things on these headphones that I'm not 100% sure how to use yet. There's a couple buttons. So I need feedback on these headphones. These are the Anchor headphones. I purchased two. So this is the first one that I'm testing because I've had a lot of complaints. So I'm trying. But anyways, let's talk about the stenciling. So we're going to be making our own stencils. I'm starting off with 12 by 12 sheets. Here's your crinkle. How does that sound? Is it too overwhelming? So I purchased these on Amazon quite a few years ago. So these are 12 by 12 Mylar sheets. And I don't even remember how many it came with. I think it came, does it say? Oh, 12. It says 12. So they're 12 by 12. I cut them down into fours. So I'm using that to create stencils. I just washed my glass mat, so that's why that's sticking. Now, the other thing that we're using is we're going to be using this sort of cutting tool, and this came in a kit that I got on Amazon quite a few years ago as well. It came with all these different interchangeable, different types of tips. It came with this protective cover. This I like. Came with all these different little wooden things, different little things in here, some gloves, some stuff. So I just want to let you know that's the supplies that I'm using. Let me move these up here. Now there's a little stand that this is on. In theory, this is supposed to have water in it. I didn't put water in it. It does appear to be heated up. I am outside on my deck, so I am using a portable power bank. Let's see if I can safely lift that up here. Oops. It's this. It's a portable power bank. This one's my son's. And oops, it has like a light feature on it and everything. And then it has this. I think I just turned it off. Okay, now it's back on. Yeah. And then it has all different ports and stuff. It's for like people are camping and things like that. Now I have to turn this back on. So I hold down the red button on this. And in theory, it's supposed to come back on. Did I turn this off? Yeah, I did turn this back off. There it goes. Okay, I turned that power bank back on. There it goes. That's back on now. Okay, so let's just let that sit there just for another minute. So these are tools that I have. I don't really have a power cord that's a power that's right near where I'm sitting. I don't have a lot of outlets here on this deck. So I use a lot of sort of solar powered, rechargeable kind of things, or I get like a really long extension cord. I wanted to try the power bank out here and just kind of see how that worked, because this is a 110 voltage thing to plug in, so it's not like plugging in a USB or something like that. It is a 110. It's an actual two-prong plug that plugs into that power bank, and I have that power bank right here under the table. My son advised, don't put that in direct sunlight. I agree with him, so I have it set up right here under my table with this plugged into it. So that's a way that you can do crafting if you don't have access to a lot of plugs or a lot of outlets, a lot of different things like that. I ordered myself one of those power banks for this reason, so I don't have to keep borrowing his. And it hasn't come in yet. I also ordered another set of headphones, my fancy schmancy headphones. So if these don't sound overly great, I have been testing them. I've tested them, making little mini videos that I've been watching, not to post, but just, you know, from my own knowledge. I've talked on the phone with it. I've listened to music with this set of headphones. This is the Anchor set of headphones. It does not have like an external, little microphone piece, but I do have one of those, so I will be adding that to this. Okay, this should be sufficiently heated up enough. Now, I love stencils. I use a lot of stencils. I would like to make something to go for my cards. Now, if you can see, this is sort of the frosted white one, so I want to use this in coordination with my cards. This is bigger than my card. This is the 6, I did 6 by 6. You can see the lines underneath. I hope you can see the lines underneath this. I'm using my Tonic Tim Holtz glass mat. What I want to do is I want to create some layered cutouts that I can use in my cards. This is a very super simple shape. I'm just doing sort of like wiggles. Now over here I was pulling this sort of knife thing. Let's come over here. I'm kind of keeping this at a simple wiggle, and I am pulling here as well. So this is what I have so far. I hope you can see it. I would like to create 3 sort of ascending blob sizes so I can stencil that onto my cards, and then maybe I can do like a simple flower stamp or something like that. Here's the fun thing with doing this cutting on a glass mat. Keep in mind, glass mat. See, it doesn't stick. And I can pop it right out. If there's like one little spot, here's a little spot that I'm not whacked about, this little spot. Come in, remelt it. I can keep this and use this as a stencil. Now, if I come in and I don't like that spot, actually that one is fine. So I have this. Now, let me remeasure this. Let me put it, I'll put it right here. So you can see this is the area I cut out. I need to cut out something bigger for this one. Let me move this up so you can see it. Let me move it up to here so you can see it a little bit better. So in this case, I now know I need to come, I'm just gonna make, because I don't have a pencil out here. I should. But, oh, you know what? I have a pen here somewhere. I just saw it. Of course, you know, now that I'm on video, I'm not gonna see the pen. Oh, I have a pen in my kit here. Okay. I know I am going to need to make this bigger. Well, I can sort of see that. I need to make this blob bubble bigger than that. I hope you can see it. There's a line here, a line here, a line here, and a very faint line here. So let's do the exact same thing that we just did, coming beyond these. I'm going relatively slow but steady. I am pulling. I'm not pushing. And when I go to stencil these, the largest one will be stenciled in the lighter color, all the way getting to the smaller blob in the darker of the 3 colors, because my plan is to do 3 of these. And I'm just going slow. I don't need to go super fast. There. Let's see if I need to come back and catch a couple spots. Yeah, let's just come in. There. Once again, I can keep that, use that. So when I overlay them, how cool is that? I mean, it's almost looking like a geode. I could almost do something like a crystal geode. Okay, let's do my 3rd and final one. This pen, there we go. There. So I want this to be 3, a 3-layered stencil set. So once again, I'm going to come beyond my pen lines. Whoops. This tool is nice and heated up. I am working outside. It is ventilated, obviously, because I'm outside. That skipped a little spot. Let me just come back and catch it now. I'm not going to actually use this stencil in this video. But come back to future videos where I will be actually using this. Now, when I overlay this on the last one, if this isn't quite big enough or large enough for what I want or need, I can come in and make it a little bit bigger. Whoops. There. Yeah, a lot of times these do typically stick to the glass mat, which is fine with me. So we have these 3 that I can stencil around. Now let's see how I did with my layers. So my first 2, really good. I like that. Wrong one. Oh, I like that. Okay. Sorry, I don't think I had it in. There's that one. Oh yeah, I like that. So it very much looks like a geode. Oh, you can probably see it better this way. So let's say I did 3 different color greens from lightest to darkest. That's going to be a really cool sort of focal point for a card. Nice. I can hold it this way, or I can hold it this way. And this is something, if you sell your things, you don't have to worry about copyright. You don't have to worry about the angel policies. You've made it yourself. An angel policy is a policy that rubber stamp companies use that lets you know whether they are okay with you selling their products. And a lot of companies have rules and regulations within their angel policy on how you can use their rubber stamps. Years and years and years ago, like we're talking 35 plus years ago, companies were a lot more stringent with their angel policies than what they are now. They're a lot more sort of easygoing and understanding that people are buying stamps and they want to use them and they want to sell items with them. Most of the time the angel policy says the items have to be hand stamped or handmade and not digitally reproduced, and can't be resold without specific permission and whatever. But you can go online and you can find out companies' angel policies, or you can contact a company directly and just say, what's your angel policy? If they don't know what you're talking about, then don't worry about it. They don't have an angel policy. That has been my policy, because I am somebody that does contact companies and actively wants to know what their angel policy is. So just so you know, when you're doing these things your own self, you don't have to worry about an angel policy. Okay. Next thing that I want to do, and I have done these in the past, but you know what? We are going to do another one. I love to do different grass textures. And I am going to be pushing and pulling this one. So let's make some grass here. So we're just gonna go up and down, and I'm keeping my grass at different, can you see that? Yes, you can see that. At different heights. And I'm just creating these little grass-like structures, and I'm just going to go across. Now, the benefit with doing this is we are going to get, once again, 2 stencils in one. You can curve some of your little grasses. This can be very meditative. I'm trying to not have them super, super, super thin, because I do want an effective stencil. But you can only go so fast. You can only go as fast as you can go. And it is mega hot out here today. There's a teeny, 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 tiny breeze. And I'm loving that. Oops. There's some bugs buzzing around me. If you have hand problems, like I do, this can be a little bit of a challenge on your hands. I mean, I am feeling this. You have to have a steady pressure when you're doing this, both on the, it's a wood burning tool. On the wood burning tool, and pressure on the glass, pressure holding the tool, all of it. And I'm just trying to have different characteristics to these blades of grass. Sometimes I do this with a much bigger piece of Mylar. Yeah, good luck. It's tiring. Oops, whoops, whoops. And the Mylar is melting nicely as this tool just kind of glides through it, essentially. So if you didn't check out my Instagram page, go check it out. The other day, well, quite a few days this past week, I've had some deer coming into my backyard. And I finally got some pictures of the 2 little babies. And I posted it. So my Instagram is Chrisanne1234. Oops. And I posted a whole series of pictures. I followed them into the woods. I live in the woods, but I followed them deeper into the woods. Got some really nice pictures. Okay, whew, let's be done with that part. Now to take this apart. And it did not come apart super easily, so let's just go in and manually take it apart. Where's it sticking? There. And if I need to come back in with the stencil tool, wood burning tool, I can. So if you're looking for that tool, it's actually, if you go onto Amazon, it's look up a wood burning tool. I should have said that in the beginning. It's actually a wood burning tool with multiple different tips that comes with it. And yes, I use my fingernails for everything. Peeling that apart. This is taking longer than the, the actual cutting of it. It's one of those kind of satisfying crafts, though. Not that all crafts aren't satisfying. Okay, down to the last bit. There we go. So you have this stencil and you have this stencil. So now you have two. Now, on this end over here, you see that? Yeah, you can see that. We're going to make some mountains. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I don't want to go too close to this. It's a weird, funky angle for my hand. There. That one was much quicker. So on this same one, we have grass, we have mountains. I have this one that I can use for mountains. And then I have this one that I could use for grass. Now, if I wanted to make another one with just sort of like little jagged bits, I could do that. I probably would do that on another one just because, well, let's see if we can do. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it on this one because when I go to stencil it, that's going to get in the way. Let's do it on this one. This is what I mean. Almost like a torn paper texture. And this can be very simple little mountainous hills. These are more texture stencils, I think I would call it. So there's that. Super, super, super simple. Let's do different textured grounds. And you can do all four corners, all four sides, I mean. My hand's getting tired. There. So two very different grounds that you can stencil. And you know, you can come in, you can do that here, you can do that here. You know, the other thing is you can create something to, let's do that. If I want to stencil some stars, let me do this over here. Some stars in my sky. I do a line down and then I turn that into a triangle. Create another line all the way down, which I should have done first. Turn that into an elongated triangle. Let's do a straight line going across. Make this a little bit longer. add those sort of triangle lines to that. I made this one too long, but that's okay. It's kind of a wonky star. But I can come in and make it bigger if I want to. There. And then I can use that to stencil some sky stuff. But mostly these are, where's my other ones? These are texture stamps. This is what I want. So we've done our layered sort of blobs. We've done our mountains. We've done our grass. Then we have all of these to use also for stencils. And then we have two different types of grounds. So this is our video on textural layered stamps that we, stencil, I keep saying stamps, stencils, texture layered stencils that we can stencil sort of backgrounds onto our cards with. These are very basic backgrounds that, you know, can add a little bit of a pop to a card, to a scrapbook, to any type of journal, any artwork that you're doing, even a framed piece. So I hope this has been fun, and I hope this gives you a little bit of insight on how you can create some layered, simple layered work onto your work using very basic stencils. And we made it for a fraction of the price of what we were going to buy these for, because you know, just this bundle alone somewhere else would be anywhere from $10, $15+ just for these three. So make it yourself for a fraction of the price. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care and be free.